How does the Miami rental market compare to the Miami regular real estate market, meaning purchases? Um, how does it compare? Is it, we hear over and over and over how hot the real estate market is. There's a report called the Case-Shiller report. It's probably my favorite report. There's some things that aren't great about it, but so for those of you that don't know what the Case-Shiller report is, it's a report that comes out monthly. They take the top 20 metro areas, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong with that. But what they do, it's only single family homes, and they take the homes that sold last year and that sold this year. It has to be the exact same address. And they see the change between the 2 years. So, I mean, obviously there are things that you could take into account, like was it renovated this year and sold the next year? Was it in worse shape? But over time, things sort of average out. And I was seeing an article that came out today, and it said overall in the country, sales went up almost 20%. The price went up almost 20%. So that's pretty hot. So obviously, every area is different around the country. There are multiple areas that are doing great and some that are doing phenomenal. I think in California, they had a very, very high percentage of the homes that sold for half a million over the asking price. I think it was like some ridiculous number, like 75% or 90% of those were in California compared to the rest of the US. It's not in the Case-Shiller report, but just, I think Zillow had that information, or Redfin, one of them. Anyway, so how is the rental real estate market in Miami? Before that, how is my hair transplant going? So today marks exactly 4 weeks when I started my procedure. It was actually 3 days. It took 11 hours, and I've spoken about this before, and I talk about it, I guess, in every video because my hair looks sort of weird. So it's funny to see the changes. Again, like I said in my last video, I'm in the ugly duckling stage where these grafts that they put in have fallen out or are falling out, and then within 3 or 4 months, the hair will start to grow barely, and then maybe in, I don't know, 5, 6 months, you'll see a big difference, hopefully. Anyway, so how's the rental market in Miami? It's actually a lot hotter than the housing market. If you didn't see my video yesterday, I'm going to share my screen for a sec. Let me see. So yesterday I shared this. Did a video. It was a former hedge fund analyst predicts the future about the Miami real estate market. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you do. And then I had the August 2021 Miami real estate report. Today's September 1st, 2021. So all that data is very, very new and relevant, depending on when you're seeing this, of course. If you see this today, it will be very, very relevant. If you see it next year, it probably won't be. I guess then you could see if it's actually right or not. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. So anyways, let me share with you why the rental market is hot. So let's think about things and just make it make sense, because why is the real estate market in Miami so busy? So if we break it down a bit, and I've done this in a few videos, but the majority of the people that are coming to Miami are coming for two reasons. One, to save on taxes. Usually, that's a very high percentage of them. And so these people are coming from Chicago, New York, New Jersey, just Northeast coast, basically Washington, D.C. They're coming from. They're coming from the Bay Area, and I may have forgot a place or two, but they're coming from all over the US to save on taxes. These are usually high net worth people because our luxury and ultra luxury market is doing phenomenally well compared to the past. Why are other people moving? Well, it's because of COVID. So, what does that really mean? What it means is during COVID, a lot of companies realized that they don't need such a big building for their office, or they don't even need a building where their employees could work from wherever they are. They could work remotely. So, a lot of people, what they're doing are they still have their same job, and if they're in a place where they're making a good amount of money, maybe a place where the wages are higher, maybe the Bay Area, maybe New York, wherever it is, Chicago. Not saying that every job pays more there, but there are definitely quite a few. So those people, or those jobs don't exist here in Miami. So those people have their jobs. They were told they're allowed to work remotely, and they're like, okay, great. I have my job. I have Miami sunshine, and I can also save a bunch of money on taxes. So we have the wealthy and ultra wealthy coming here, but we also have that other segment. So a lot of those people wanted to buy homes here. So they came to Miami and they're like, hey, I want to buy a house here. And what happened is our inventory is so small, short, whatever. It's so tight. Our inventory is like the lowest it's been in a long time. So what happens is those people that wanted to buy a property, and that's why the real estate market is so hot across the nation, because the inventory is so tight. Um, so prices have gone up, and it's not uncommon for someone who's like looking to buy a property, because typically you would think during COVID you wouldn't think that you would have to pay more for a home. You'd think you'd have to pay less, but that's not the case. So it's not uncommon for people to put 5 or 10 or 15 offers on properties and not get a home. Not saying that's always the case, but it happens. And it happens, it's common. So what happens are these people get fed up of trying to buy a house, or they have time constraints where they need to move here by a certain time. So what happened is those people started to rent. So we have the people who regularly need to rent, plus we're adding in this other segment, and it's really making the inventory really short for the rental market. I'm going to give you a few examples. So I have this client, our team has this client that has this property, and it was renting out for about $3,600 a month, give or take, over the last 2 years, because the rental market was pretty stable. The owner had, they were good tenants, so he may have raised it like $50 or so. It wasn't much. So it was $3,600. The people had just got out of the property. So we put the property on the market knowing that the market was hotter than it was in the past. We put it on the market for $4,200 a month. And within 2 days, we got 11 offers. And every single one of those offers was over asking price. And every one of those offers, let me backstep. Let me take a step back. Maybe not every one of those offers, but 80% of those offers were willing to pay more than the typical first month and two securities, or first month, last month, and security. Most of them were prepaying rent and offering over asking price. So with that $3,600 a month rental that someone just came out of, we put it on the market for $4,200. It ended up renting for $5,000 a month, and the person prepaid the lease for the full year and gave 2 security deposits. And the crazier thing is, 3 people told me that if that deal didn't go through, that they're willing to pay more. So, although the times are, hot in the rental market, and I'll give you another example. There's a property that we put on the market recently was a condo, 1 bedroom condo. In the past, it used to rent for about 2,000. Now, in the past, meaning like last year, it would rent for 2,000. Now that property can rent for 27, 2,800. In the last few months, rentals, some rentals have gone up 20, 30, 40% from a few months ago because the inventory is so tight on these rentals. So my opinion of this is, yeah, the rental market is hot, but whenever I see this, even though I'm a real estate agent and I'm supposed to, all because we get paid by commission, I'm supposed to be this guy that because he gets paid more, he should be happier. But honestly, I'm not. I'm not happier. I feel bad. I feel really badly for a lot of people. There are a lot of people that need to get a home that can't get a home. I mean, people that have great jobs, great credit, are willing to do so many things in a typical market where they didn't need to, and they're still not getting the properties. And it really hurts me a lot. So, what is my prediction on these rentals? So, if you go back to my video that I shared yesterday about the hedge fund prediction, the former hedge fund analyst prediction on what's going on with the real estate market. If you watch that, the same thing is probably going to happen in my mind in probably like 4 or 5 months. I guess that's my teaser for you to watch the video if you didn't, because things snowball, and I think whatever happens there will happen in the rental market. I don't know, a few months after that, and it depends on the area. Some areas where there are a lot of condos and stuff may take a little bit longer, but with single family homes, it'll probably happen sooner than later. So watch that video. Hope this helps you. And if I'm not very polished. I'm not that great at explaining things sometimes, working on it. But if I ever do a video and it just doesn't make sense to you and you have a question, feel free to reach out to me. Always happy to help. You don't have to work with us for us to, create a friendship and to help you. Our goal, our team's goal is to always make you feel like you have a family member in the business, in the real estate business, whether you're in Miami, whether you're out of town, or wherever you are. So make sure to watch that last video. And if you like our content, please make sure to subscribe to it, hit that notification bell, and you'll get our videos as soon as they come out. And if you know someone that could benefit from our content, please do share our YouTube channel. Or if you're not listening to this or watching this on YouTube, make sure to share that other platform or share the YouTube platform. We're on so many different social platforms. We do podcasts, we do videos, we do blogs. We're on a lot of things, and the content isn't the same on everything. A lot of times it is, but it always isn't. We're even on Tumblr. Yeah, we're on Tumblr and Pinterest and all these other things. So thanks so much for watching, and stay safe. Love you guys. All the best.